Now live, what's good? What's popping? What's happening? I hope everybody's having a good weekend or a good Friday, a good start of a weekend. Shoot, I hope everybody had a good day at work, good night at work. How you doing, Lillian? I hope I said your name right. I'm just came back on here to talk about the same thing that I was talking about before, which is my activations. I create musical activations. I'm jumping right into it. Musical activations that heal the body and purify the soul and moves energy and clears blockages in the chakras. So that's what I keep promoting. That's what I'm promoting. This is what I do. I am literally a musical magician, musician, all of that. Whatever you wanna call it. I'm still thinking of a name. I feel like I had a name for it, but it just flew away. Let's see, ancient primordial music. So I'm an ancient primordial singer. Let's say, call it that. What's up, Izzy? What's good with you? So musical activations. All right. Let's say let me just talk about how I got into it, which is of course, finding out what my purpose is. And what my purpose is just creating musical frequencies and teaching at the same time that heals, teaching people how to heal themselves, because that's what healers do. Healers teach them how to heal themselves. Just like the shamanic alchemist, I am a shaman as well. We use the light language to heal people, to heal ourselves, to make change in ways that can't be done. Yes, it can be done with the normal language because it is a spell that we are speaking. That's why they call it the spelling. Of course, I'm sure y'all have already went down that rabbit hole a million times already. So, but this is just way more powerful. This invokes magic. This invokes power, the ashe. You feel me? So, like so many other things, I learned about my path, my personal journey, and what my purpose is through Allie West. You may know her, you may not. She told me what my purpose was and told me basically just held space where people could just come and show up in their true, authentic, spiritual selves. And she was speaking the light language, and after a couple of days hearing everybody else speak the light language, I started speaking the light language. It's like I think I've told this story like a million times, because I always got to give credit. You got to give credit where it's due. I got to give credit to Izzy, shamanic alchemist, because he was the one that told me that I actually have orishas speaking through me. I have deities speaking through me. So that's a confirmation that I have a lot of power within the tongue, a lot of ashe in the tongue. Let me get some water real quick as I ponder. Amongst so many other things that put me up on, it's just I'm still learning about my own power and how much I can actually do. So, but for now, we just gonna start with this, the musical activations. I got testimonies like people's third eyes were being activated, heart chakra healing, throat chakra healing, removed fear and gave courage to speak, things like that, things of that nature. Body sensations. I had somebody tell me they had energy going through their body because I held a live one time where I made the song on my album, the Light Language album. If you look it up on my website, it's called Hashir Amor, or something like that. I know the name of my own song. Don't worry. Anyway, that song was originally a tribute to Akira Toriyama for Dragon Ball Z. and I was demonstrating the song because I finally finished it. It's an amazing song. It was the first rock song I ever performed or actually recorded or produced. And I created the beat myself. Most of these active musical activations that I have, I also create the beats because my beats are activations within themselves. Now we're gonna get to that in a second, but for now, I held a little small mini concert on here where I demonstrated the song, and the people that were in the room, they felt the energy, they felt the ashe, they felt the fire, and that's one of the main things that my music invokes in you, is that fire, that passion. So one of the testimonies in here was motivation, and then I put in parentheses is fire, because that's the passion. You need passion in order to have the drive to do what you love doing, right? So all of that is fire. All of that is light. All of that is, like I said, anyway. So, what was I going with that? Well, right, body sensations. Kundalini activations. It activated the Kundalini. It activated the spine energy, going from the root chakra all the way up to the crown. But it's not just chakras. They don't just activate and remove blockages from chakras. It moves blockages from all over. Like I said, it got, that lady said it had energy coming down her arms and then down the side, and then we have other people that say they felt energy in their root or their sacral, and they go all the way down to their legs, because it's a funny thing about this light language. You know, you can, or I can, hey Sandra, how you doing? I'm doing a little practice and a little pregame before the actual show, before the big show. So it's oh, damn it, I lost my train of thought. Not enough people in here to tell me what shoot, I lost my train of thought. Like I said, okay, I got it. It was this funny thing about light language. When I focus on a particular thing, like say, for an example, like I was going to say, the person explained how they could feel it in their legs. There was a point in time when we had teaching sessions, and when I spoke my language right after the teaching or the activation of the session, people said that they felt that in their legs. They felt grounded. Because for a while I was meditating for a long time, and the main focus was staying grounded in a higher union timeline. That was another technique I would love to teach. And really, it's not even it's not even my technique. It's actually the motherfucking magician. He put me up on that. He taught me that. Shout outs to him. He put me up on the trick, or the ability to ground yourself without having to go outside and getting into the snow, because, well, snow. So, along with other tricks that I had learned from other people, basically what I'm trying to get at is that you have the ability, as long the imagination is such a powerful thing. If you can see it, then that's what's happening. Because as above, so below. One of my favorite quotes in these spiritual streets: as above, so below, as within, so without. So I was working on grounding myself for a very long time. And then, so as a result, every time I spoke the language, people got grounded. It was an amazing thing that I was, pondering over. So, yeah. And then the other thing was, through these testimonies, that's when I found out that my beats can activate you just as much as the light language, or the light language that I speak, because it's an interesting thing too. It's like when you listen to a guitar, we might not all get the same sensation. But when I listen to Prince play the guitar, depending on a particular song, it got to be a specific song. That shit literally put me in a different state of mode or a different state of being, mind. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It brought me to tears. The shit was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I don't never know what I was crying for. Maybe it was healing me. Maybe that's it. It was healing me, and it was moving something. It was making me release some trauma. So maybe this is a sign to go listen to some Prince. But the point I'm trying to make is that when these musicians who are really magicians get on these instruments and make this music, some of us, not all of us, some of us have the ability to put the ashe in it, and then everything that we do, the melodies, is healing, it's changing or reconstructing DNA, it's purifying, it's removing blockages. Like I just said, listening to Prince, that one guitar solo moved me to tears. Because I obviously had some trauma in there that needed to be healed. That did it. Hey, Go Lady. Thank you for joining me. I'm talking about my activations. All right, now I'm on a point where I am talking about how the testimonies made me realize, okay, the person that pointed it out was the hood astrologist. That's what we call her. That's what she called herself. Yep, the hood astrologist. It's 9/11. I keep saying it. I gotta point it out. I keep seeing it. I said saying that. But yeah, she pointed that out, and that was a very interesting thing for me because it wasn't the first time I heard it. Of course, I trade ideas with Allie, and she would say that these beats are activating her. Okay, so now there's more than one person saying this. This is confirmation, not that her word holds any less weight than the next person, of course. But anyway, it was just like, wow, that's amazing. So she paid for a couple more beats. I made a couple more, and I got some results, similar results. It activated. So that's when I started making the trend, or she actually created the flyer for me. Shout out to her for selling beats that activate. So you could get you a beat that you want to advertise something. Maybe you got an event that you're holding and you need something unique, something that's not that sounds like it's not out there already. That's not, excuse me if you like this or not, but corny. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it out. If it comes, a lot of this stuff that I be hearing sometimes be sounding corny, and I'll be doing my best not to sound corny. We don't do nothing whack. It can't be whack. I'm sorry. We use that word. I grew up with that word. That's whack. As old school as that may sound, as old as I may sound. That's just what it is. So, what else do we have here? That's really it. The tarot readings that I do, I learned that, some of us, when we do our readings, when you hear the voice, it kind of activates, not kind of, it does, it activates people. So, like I said earlier, Izzy pointed out that I was actually channeling Orishas when I was speaking in some of my tarot videos. And that was pretty cool. That's an amazing thing to learn. So that means that I need to get back out here and talk my shit. But look, I ain't finna hold this up and take any more of anybody's time. I ain't want to make this too long. I just wanted to put it out there that I do make activation beats. I do make beats that you can rap to or sing to. Right now they're mainly like soul. They're mainly like soulful and maybe a little bit of boom bap. No, a lot of bit of boom bap, because I used to listen to a lot of East Coast rappers growing up, East and West Coast. I just haven't leaned over to the West Coast sound yet. Peace, Naledi. They're about, what was my price? My price is $60 a beat, but if you buy two, it's $100. And then the flyer, I'm not 100% on the price as far as exclusive rights. I believe that if you want it to be an exclusive, like if you just pay for it to keep to yourself, like nobody else can have this instrumental, then that's an extra $50 or $100. I'm still going back and forth on the pricings. This is all new to me. Not that I started doing this overnight. I always thought about making beats for myself, and now that I finally have the equipment to do it, I've been doing it, and it's actually amazing to learn about the results that I'm getting from it. Like I said, I've posted testimonies. You can go and look at the testimonies. It's right there. I've posted videos where I've showed demonstrations of the songs. I might post another one. I might not. I mean, I can't post them all. I have a plan I'm working on another album right now. It's called, I posted it already, so I'll reveal it. It's called Matters of the Heart. And this album is about healing the heart space. And I knew this was something that I wanted to do. I just didn't know that it was going to be separate from the Astonishing Times trilogy, you know what I'm saying? Because that was a volume 1 that I dropped. The previous album that I dropped is called Astonishing Times Volume 1. The Light Language album is a light language rendition of the album that I just dropped. And now I'm working on another album called Matters of the Heart. This is why. Because I always had this idea of making a sequel. That's why that was a volume 1. And the volume 1, if you listen to it, has a dark theme to it. It's dark. It's dark. Starts off with the wolves and the howling and me singing and whatnot. Sound like a Negro spiritual. That's why I call it New Negro Spiritual. Anyway, plus because some of those songs that I made, I was getting through some things. And the best way that I could get through some of those things was to be able to talk about some of my shadow points. So at the time when I was working on that album, I was creating what I would call shadow music. And that's basically what that album was. It was a shadow album. Well, this album right here, the Light Language album, is the light language rendition of it. So instead of the background being black, it's white, light. That makes me think about the cover and how I want to do the cover of Astonishing Times Volume 2. But we're going to leave that. I'm going to cross that bridge when I get there. I ain't got there yet. I'm still working on a whole nother project. I'm in between whether or not, look at me, I said I was going to get off and I'm still talking. I'm in between ideas on whether or not I want to make the album long or short, because I really just wanted to make it a quick thing that I wanted to just put out there for people to hear. But at the same time, I also wanted to reflect it. Wanted it to reflect. I wanted the album to reflect the healing process that I'm going through, and how much I've actually healed. And just basically different matters of the heart, maybe different matters of the emotions. So, for an example, I have a song that I'm pondering on this idea. I'm not 100% sure whether or not I'm going to use this idea or not. But one of the songs that I have is called Love. And then the other song, Gratitude for coming back, bro. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, you already know, man. I gotta give credit where it's due. I gotta read the comments already. He said, Ashe family, I'm just coming back. Gratitude, fam, for the shout out. Right. You already know. Gotta give credit where it's due. Y'all catch his live. He be speaking some real shit. He be right on point. Never sugarcoat nothing. Or should I say, he don't lead you astray. Don't lead you astray. Say that. Words is limited right now because I'm. What was I just talking about? What was I just talking about? What was I just talking about? I hate when this happens. I lose my train of thought. If you could help me out, that'd be great. Oh, it was good too. I think I was just talking about the albums. And how this Matters of the Heart album is like I said, it's the Matters of the Heart. Oh, I said that one song is going to be called actually called Love. And there's another song that's going to be called Hate, Anger, or one of the two. And that song is about, you was talking about y'all. Okay, thank you, bro. Thank you. I wanted to rap about things from every aspect, from the heart, from the emotion, because we feel every emotion. You'd be a damn lie if you said that you've never been angry, if you never hated something, or if you know what I'm saying? That lower frequency, yes, it happens, and sometimes it is necessary. And the way things are going in this world, I'm using that energy to direct it to where it's supposed to go to, instead of it being in places that it doesn't need to be, like getting upset about things not going your way. I was very good for that. I was very good for being upset about things not going my way, because I always wanted things to be a certain way, because I've never really had things a certain way. That's a story for another time. It's a part of trauma that we have to grow through. So instead of putting anger and frustration into that, let's put anger and frustration into the bullshit that's going on in the world. Look at these people look what's going on with Diddy. He ain't the only person that's sitting there. And from word on the street is he about to start singing. I don't know how people know that. It's a lot of sidekicks out there. But if people are already saying that he's about to start singing, and then, like, what is that going to get him? Is that going to get him out? No, probably not. So why would he? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see the point. But anyway, he's not the only bastard that we need to get up out of here. We need to get out of the music business. We also need to get people. We got to get the rest of them out of there. That's why I'm still listening to the song that Kendrick just came out with. Not a surprise, but this is the year of the great unmasking. Exactly. It's the year of the great unmasking. And guess who's doing the exposing? Guess who's doing the exposing? The truth tellers, the truth seekers, the answers, the ones who have the answers. So, which is the healers. The people who's been doing this studying and healing and teaching, or not teaching, but, just, repeating the information because you want other people to know. For the longest. These are the people that's going to expose the BS, that's going to call the shit out, and that's what that song is for. Hey, it directs all that energy to the shit that we don't need. Like, we feel some type of way when we see a black man going down or another black man going to jail or being accused of some things. Look, some of these men are good. Some of these men are innocent. And then there are some of these niggas that are getting exactly what the fuck they deserve. Okay? I was the advocate. I was the one that was saying Tory Lanez was innocent the whole time. No, I don't approve of what the fuck was going on or anything like that. That ain't none of my business. But I do know one thing. I was intuitive to know that nigga didn't shoot that girl. That woman. So, and look, now it's coming out that the truth that he didn't do that. But I believe that Diddy did all of that foul ass shit because you can look at the energy, look how he act, look how he treat people, look at the altercations, the history of his altercations, look how his name is on every murder of a rapper that's been out there that disagreed with his ass or he was afraid of. That nigga was afraid of Pac. And he didn't want to lose Biggie. If he can't have Biggie, if Biggie not doing what he want him to do, oh well then shit, we gotta get him out of here, man, and start doing. He probably didn't want to do that. That was probably somebody else above him that said, get him out of here. He ain't doing what we want him to do. He got too much influence. He trying to say to people, you don't even know it. You don't even know you walking into a trap. Like you don't even know you walking into a gun. Cause I mean, these artists genuinely was just living their life trying to be rappers, just trying to do the right thing. They were learning through their careers how to be better people. Even Nipsey had pointed that out when he said when he took himself out of certain environments, his mind frame changed. He started thinking differently. He wasn't completely on survival mode all the time. He said it in one of these interviews, one of these famous little reels that be floating around. It's the truth. When you in a survival mindset, you be on tip, and you be on some other shit. But when you finally get out of that mindset of survival mode, then you can see things differently. You see things more clearly. Everybody's not an enemy now. You know what I'm saying? And for a long time, I was in survival mode. You heard me. I'm thinking you've been planning this for a long time. When really, it had more to do with that person than it did with me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We redirect that hatred, that frustration, that anger, not towards the people that we love or towards things that frustrate us momentarily, temporary upsets. We save that lower frequency energy for something else that I can actually apply it to, like this toxic shit that's going on in the world. So that's why the song is called, or going to be called, either Hate or might just be called Hate. Plus, I love the beat. The beat is dope. I made this beat. This beat is dope. And it's probably gonna activate you. Ain't no probably. This beat gonna activate you. That beat is gonna activate you. I'm excited about this album. There's another song that I'm gonna double back on the song that I was talking about earlier, which was called Love. Got the song Hate and we got the song Love. I'm working on the song right now. I haven't finished writing it, but I'm calling it Love because the song is about me healing from a situation that I was wrong about. I can absolutely say that I was wrong about some things and I'm taking accountability. And sometimes words aren't enough. Sometimes these little messages aren't enough. Sometimes you gotta put it in a song. Sometimes an apology can release you. Sometimes you can release yourself and set yourself free for apologizing so you can finally be in peace. Have a peace of mind. You can sit there and not think about unnecessary shit that'll put you in that lower frequency when you was just good 2 minutes ago. I have highs and lows, you know? So the song is about that. The song is an apology. The song is thank you for joining me, her astrologist. I was just giving you your credit earlier. Thank you for joining me, Savon. You gotta correct me every time I say your name. Make sure I'm saying it right. I don't like butchering people's name. But yeah. I'm gonna put it in that song because that's gonna be how I let it go. That situation put me in a state where I had to learn how to let go of things. I held on to a lot of things. I held on to a lot of people because I didn't want to hold on. I used to say it was abandonment issues, but not really, because my family didn't abandon me like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a twin brother that passed away when we was months old. So it's like a spiritual unconscious abandonment. Like, that's your twin. Like, that's my twin. My other half is gone. But he's not gone. He's with me. He's right here. He's right here, probably talking through me. And he does that a lot. He talks through me a lot. Sometimes, like, if my mannerisms change a lot, that's how I noticed. That's when I started really realizing I'm channeling other spirits. When my mannerisms kind of change. I kind of, like, I have spurts of energy, or sparks of like, I can't explain it, but yeah, that's that's gonna do the trick. That's gonna do the trick. That's gonna help me release and let go and finally be able to be cool and cool with whatever outcome may play out, you know. But yeah, this went over way longer than I wanted it to. I started talking about one thing and went on to another. I think I'm more of an extrovert than I actually think I am. You know, I used to be camera shy. So you explained it well. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Readings. I talked about readings. That's the flow state. Embrace it. Yes, thank you. I do love it. I appreciate it. It's a thing. It was a state that I used to try to figure out how to tap into, but couldn't maintain it. Like, it's one of those things where you make it harder than it actually is. Like, it's in you, it's not on you. But if you don't know that, you'll be looking externally all the time for things that's internally. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. Like I said, musical activations, I got them for sale. Each song is about $10. They're not expensive at all. They're $10. The whole album, there's 10 songs, so you want to buy the whole album, that's $100. That's $100. I ain't even gonna hold you. The beats, one beat, $60. 2 beats, $100. Exclusive, $100, or exclusive rights. Either I'm kind of, like I said, I'm back and forth with that. Either it's a $50 extra or $100 extra. Yeah, that's it. You said you purchased it. It's well worth it. Good. I'm glad you appreciate those beats. That last beat, I'm telling you, I was sitting around waiting. Because that's another reason why these beats are so activating, because I channel these beats. I don't just need to up the price for real. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. Shoot. Thanks for letting me know. But, you know, when the traffic goes up, I think that's when I'm going to start doing that. You know what I'm saying? But, what was I going to say? Yeah. A lot of what I rap, what I write, what I create, all of it be channeled. I hear it. I have to hear it first before I just do stuff. And even I can do that. I can do a little freestyle on it. But I prefer to hear it first. And that's something that I was just taught in the beginning stages, you know, just growing up. Me just learning about music and asking for advice and tips from my uncle. How to write the best music, how to write the best bars. You know, I was just rapping at first. And he said the best music is the ones that comes to you. Never force it. So if I have to force it, it won't even feel, if it don't feel right, if it feel like it don't fit, even though it sound right to the next person, that ain't it. That ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I've wrote verses and deleted them because they didn't sit right with what I was trying to get across. You know what I'm saying? I could have said that better. I could have worded that better. I could have done that a certain way. That could have been put, you know, everything. I'm very meticulous with my art. You know, very pay attention to a lot of detail. So sometimes I gotta separate that from some things. But dog, let me get up out of here. My mouth getting dry. I appreciate y'all joining me. And y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all listening to me talk about my services. I appreciate you. And peace. Y'all have a good night. Have a good weekend. I love y'all.